Hello, Instagram just recently rolled out a new feature, IGTV, which allows you to record at least 50 seconds to 60 minutes worth of video. Now, this feature reminds me of YouTube because users can actually have channels on their Instagram page, which is a little bit weird for me. So, would you want to watch an IG content for 1 hour? If you ask me, that's a really long time. Okay, so my name is Princess Emir, and this is TECHCITY Disquus. With me in the studio is
Bella Rosa Koji
and Shaliwa Williams.
Okay, so today we're talking about the IGTV generally. So I think, for one, that it's good for those people who have a lot of market content to sell, probably like makeup artists, but for some specific kind of personalities, I'll actually say that's too much.
I think it's a lot. 60 minutes. I think it's a reach. I mean, I get that Instagram is trying to be competition for YouTube. Yeah. They're trying to also tap into the whole video market and everything. But again, it kind of, in some way, it opposes the advancement that we were maybe expecting, right? For young people, we always have been told that, well, as you advance, less is more, the shorter the better, etc. And if you remember, Instagram went from, I think, 10 seconds to 15 seconds and then a minute. So it's like, where are the boundaries now?
Don't forget the story. Yeah,
there's stories, there's live.
Yeah, but I think Instagram is just trying to be competition for YouTube, and that's why they created a standalone app. So the Instagram, crew has probably tried to checkmate, the fact that people want to watch videos for as long as 60 minutes. So you probably watch, for lesser minutes in your feeds, and then you can download the app as in a YouTube to, probably watch the video. But I think it's still a whole lot, for.
I'm trying to look at the advantages of IGTV, and while I was reading somewhere recently that people who actually get on YouTube are not everyone is compliant with the whole landscape thing. We have to turn your phone to watch, because that's what YouTube requires. But on IGTV, you can watch it vertically. Funny enough, as much as I love to be on IG and all of that, I prefer to turn my phone
to the side
when I'm watching stuff. So the stats have it that I think about 60% or so of people are not switching their phones. Only about 40% get to turn their phones because they want to watch stuff on YouTube, for instance. And Instagram TV has said, okay, you know what? The requirements, in fact, for uploading stuff on IGTV is that it has to be vertical.
Yeah, but I think the vertical, it's in full view. So if you had to watch a video on YouTube, using it to still be in the horizontal, like we watch, videos on our PCs and television in horizontal, format. So I think it's easier on the eye to watch a shorter video in vertical format.
Exactly.
And watch a very long, like a 60-minute video in vertical format. It's just a lot of.
If you think about it, some people still actually prefer turning your phone to the other side sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but again, it's easier for longer. It's easier when you turn your phone for longer than if you hold the license, like, okay.
Yeah,
for
so
like 60
indirectly,
minutes.
we're trying to say this might be a big problem.
Yes. But I think that for now, I know that Instagram has said for quote-unquote smaller channels, you're only able to upload video content of 15 seconds to 10 minutes. Yeah. Then for verified handles, and I don't know what they mean by larger channels. Accounts, I don't know. Does that mean like follower number?
For people who have a lot of followers and people who actually have content, like
people actually buy followers.
so when they actually created like an ad on Instagram for how they wanted, King Bash, the comedian.
That comedian guy.
Yeah, so they indirectly told us that if you don't have video content, so we're expecting people like Maraji and all those guys to be able to
come
upload
up with
more of their stuff than people like
the other names. They shall mean names.
But then if you look at the positive side of it, I think 60 seconds was too much of a restriction
60
for a
minutes.
lot of 60 seconds. No, the former time
limit.
It was too much of restriction. So I think more people would use it because they can upload videos for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So that's still more bearable.
You actually, like she asked at the beginning, will you sit down and watch an actual Instagram video for 60 minutes?
I wouldn't even watch a YouTube video for 60 minutes.
If you think
that's not fair. I'm pro YouTube. I'm pro YouTube, and you're probably watching this on YouTube. So,
specifically, some of the contents will get tiring. If I had to watch, let's say, Maraji for an hour, the joke shouldn't joke like.
But I think that's also a lot of
Die
work
down.
on the content creators'
Yes.
side. So they have to be a lot more creative.
Yes.
And then again, even the frequency of posting stuff, I think it's just way too much pressure. Quite honestly, it's way too much pressure. So does this mean that people who have Instagram handles and YouTube channels now have to create content for both channels?
IGTV.
And if I'm going to create content for my IGTV, for instance, which is in vertical format, what happens to my YouTube channel because YouTube does not support? It's like it's
Exactly.
just
I
way
think
too
it's just trying to
You're
create a
creating a
diversion
different.
from
You're
YouTube.
creating a different thing for YouTube,
That's
and you're
way
creating a
too much
different thing
stress.
for IGTV. So I sit down in my house and I'm like, oh, today I want to create a video for my guys to see, and then I'm like, oh, I have to think about what to put
Instagram
on
TV.
YouTube.
But the thing is,
That's too much
Instagram has the numbers. They have about 1 billion monthly users who spend about an hour.
YouTube
on
YouTube has more.
About 1.5 actually.
But
It's
then,
not that, 1.5
exactly.
billion.
So they're trying to, get some of YouTube's market. So it might just work. But then it's new also, so they're still working on it. We hope to see more improvements, like the incorporation of horizontal and
I think
vertical.
people who teach how to do and all that will probably want to make use of this, because a lot of people don't have time going on YouTube.
Do
Depending
you
on
think so? I think people do actually.
Because
I do. I learned a lot of
No,
makeup tricks on YouTube.
Yeah, because that's you. You would probably want to explore, but sometimes some people are like, a lot of people are actually more on their social media accounts than. If I had to bring, I know of
that's the
someone
market
who,
they're
when
buying
she
into.
gets her phone, the first thing she thinks about is downloading her Instagram than thinking of YouTube. So
I think
if
a lot of
you
people
think
use
about
their phones for
it,
IG,
yeah,
and
for
then
IG
YouTube is more like a
and
PC thing when you're in the
WhatsApp.
So I mean, Instagram for me is a bit more personal. I don't know if that makes any sense. So like, I'm not sure. I will definitely try it out, but I don't think it's an actual thing. Like I will now sit down and start thinking, what do I do on IGTV today?
But I think we need to catch on. It's like trends. Whenever there's something new, people are, a bit, have their reservations about it. And after a while, it catches on. So people are actually using it. I watched a couple of videos, and
So
then
will you go to Instagram TV because you want to maybe learn something or whatever?
Yes, I would.
not.
I have
honestly
already
will
tried
not.
it out.
Really?
And then because it's just, a little icon at the top of the screen, by the
Yeah.
time you tap it, you already have curated videos and everything.
People that you follow on
people that
Instagram,
follow,
and then there's like
the
suggestions
different,
and whatnot.
and then you can, pause the video to, watch it. Like there's continue watching feature. So there's still some work to be done, but I think a lot of people are really liking
I
it.
think I will too, because when Instagram story came, we also there were a lot of speculations of whether it was going to work out or not. But then if you think about it, it's doing pretty good.
I don't want to be a
It's
prophet
doing
test of
pretty
doom,
good. So
but I don't know, man. I will give it maybe a few years. I'll give it just a few years. I mean, look at Snapchat, for instance. I mean, I don't want to bring Snapchat into this, but it's hard not to do so. But I mean, they're pretty much struggling right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I don't know. Mark Zuckerberg has.
I was just gonna say.
He has a very interesting history of successes,
Yes.
so that might just work in his favor.
Yes, it might just.
Well, in other news, Mark Zuckerberg is doing the most.
Yes.
Now, his other application, WhatsApp, has rolled out a very interesting update.
Yes.
I love this one because I think it is especially for Nigerians.
Yes.
Because Nigerians are so, they're so like hesitant when they need to leave groups. They want to leave, but it's like, if I leave now, they will say, why did I leave? But they don't exactly follow the rules that have been set up.
their phone will not beep.
It's just weird. Like, how are you on a group on WhatsApp and then there are rules that guide actions there, but you don't follow them? People are constantly chatting for like 24 hours, posting videos, and that's the worst for me.
Exactly.
Something happens, if it's a robbery or a killing or a shooting or whatever, they just start posting pictures, and you have seen that somebody has posted the picture.
Exactly.
You now want to break your own news. You want to bring a fresh angle to it.
I think social media is just an avenue for people to feel relevant, and then with WhatsApp, people just want to feel like they can break the news. But then I think it's really good for groups who have a lot of participants, like school alumni groups and stuff like that.
And
when
then
you have so many participants,
I'm in a church group. I mean, like multiple church groups and stuff. And sometimes it's like people are coming down hard. Like, brother XYZ, this group is not for this kind of broadcast.
Exactly.
And then some of them never stop. But I'm happy about this because, I mean, without necessarily speaking directly to some of these people. So
Yes.
it's like,
You know,
some
just
people might even feel
mute.
insulted. You know, they
Yes.
just mute it, and then only the
Just mute.
admin can
Will be
decide
able to-
what goes on. I think that really is awesome.
I think it's a good feature. I think groups can even have like a timetable for when they will turn on the admin feature and when the people can participate.
Exactly.
So that way you don't have only admin posting
But don't you
messages.
think that would
So-
also affect like participation and
Yeah,
interaction?
I think so.
it will.
I think
It will,
so.
but then it would serve, the purpose of reducing, so many people
Unnecessary
who just chat
But
and
then
share
some
messages
people, some people, when
indiscriminately.
the information actually comes across, they might not actually have the interest to.
But
make
like you
their
mentioned,
point.
right, off camera, you are of the opinion that WhatsApp is quite therapeutic. Some people actually
Yes.
find solace in WhatsApp. They can just go somewhere.
And then it's
lonely
easier
people.
to use. It's easier to use for a
No
lot of our
shade.
parents, for instance. Their WhatsApp.
Yeah. But I mean, when this happens, don't you think that people will now start leaving groups and then maybe now go back into their closets
sad
in their cocoons
shells.
and then get depressed? I don't know.
Exactly. I think it's just
Because-
necessary to curb that urge to always want to post everything gets across.
We brought this
So-
on ourselves.
Because I see some
We
people.
caused
I see
it.
some people chatting till 2 a.m. What are you doing by 2 a.m. and then you're asking anybody? Is there anybody in the group awake?
I mean, so for me, I think this is really the end of the conversation, right? And for me, I would just wrap up by saying technology is pretty interesting, and sometimes by the things that we demand of technology, we have our needs met. And also on the flip side, when we act out of line, technology can in some way be used to whip us back into shape, which
Yes.
we might not like, but I don't know, it uses us in some way.
Yes,
So
it's
that's
very
my
necessary.
final thoughts.
Yeah.
Your final thoughts?
Well, I don't know what to say, but I think in everything, this just tells us in everything you need discipline.
Absolutely.
You need absolute discipline, because for someone else to think out there that this needed to be a feature to add means that probably that person has also experienced that people actually take this so far.
Yeah.
So I also think it's so weird that I should be sleeping and then I'm getting a message in the night. Is there anybody awake? That's just, why should anybody be awake by 2 a.m.?
Why should you be? That's so creepy.
Yeah.
So,
but
so
if
I
had
think
to,
this is
yeah.
okay for WhatsApp and for IGTV. I'd like to see how far this goes. I'm actually very intrigued.
I'm not.
I want to know. I want to see how much the struggle will take them and how YouTube will still be able to compete in this
that
kind of market. Yeah. So
How about you, Shalima?
Yeah, if I had to piggyback on what she said, on what she said, for Instagram, I think Instagram can incorporate both vertical and horizontal views. So that would, give people the options.
Yeah.
And then for WhatsApp, she mentioned something about people having complaints. So we need to understand that these apps are also businesses and enterprises.
Yep.
They get feedback and they get complaints,
Yep.
and they don't want to lose money. Same way people stop using BBM for some reasons, So WhatsApp will probably have looked into it to see that, people don't leave the app because of, people's excesses. So I think it's a good one.
Okay, on that note, we want to say a very big thank you for watching to this edition of the show. It is pretty new, as you can tell, and it will be more consistent, hopefully. So look out for another episode again next week on TECHCITY DISQUS. Once again, I'm Bilari Zakoji.
I'm Princess Amen.
And I'm Shaliwa Williams.
Guys, don't forget to please subscribe to our channel right here on YouTube and IGTV.
And make sure to comment. Drop down your comments below.
And then follow us on our social media handles showing on your screen.
Bye.
Bye.